Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I do have a cold. It is in my chest, but I'm hanging in there. Today I wanted to show you how to make one of these. They're absolutely gorgeous. Means you'd love to have it. Look at the colors. I'll make you one if you want one. But this is made out of porcelain air dry clay. And I use a special paint technique to get this very, very glossy. I don't know if the camera's picking up the gloss or not. But it's very glossy, very smooth to the touch, very, you just want to touch it. It's got a little tipped up leaf shape. I don't know if you noticed it was a leaf, but it is a leaf shape. And there's a little point, and when I had it drying, I propped it up, and it's got this cute little detail of the leaf coming, and it also is raised up. And I'm going to show you how to make this little guy. Isn't it adorable? You want one, right? Let me show you how to make you one. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's put this little baby out of sight and out of any possible way of breaking it. Okay, very, very quick there, I hope. Time is of the essence. That's my new word. And how y'all liking my peach today? This is my other crafting. Excuse me. My other crafting shirt. I tell you, don't get this chest cold, whatever's going around. I woke up this morning and I couldn't even breathe. I'm using, my husband rushed it into me. I also have a slight bit of asthma, so anytime I get anything to do with a chest cold, I immediately can't breathe. So I do have a breathing treatment that I use here. But he broke out these pills, the DMX Mucinex, I believe, Mucinex, yeah, for the chest, and it did well. I mean, I'm not bad. I couldn't breathe before, and I couldn't talk. So God is telling me to shut up. What you're seeing me do with my clay, again, a tip is not to mold it crazily with your hands. It's not a modeling clay, and it isn't the bake in the oven type clay. It's an air dry clay, and I don't know the difference other than the modeling clay needs my hands on it to, excuse me, to mold with it, but the air dry clay doesn't. It absorbs everything in my hands, and it dries out, and you can get cracks, and you can get weird bubbles and things like that. So although you do need to work your clay, I do it in, now there's several names for it in different countries: clear wrap, plastic wrap, saran wrap, that might be a brand. What I've just done is, this is a brand new piece of Crayola clay, and I have been kneading it and, turning it over and pushing the sides together and kneading, so it's really ready to, to roll it out. I've done all the stuff. I just haven't touched the clay, and all I do is use the cellophane, as you're seeing me do now. I lost the top of it or something here. Let me get it. There we go. Because we want it out of there now. We're ready to go ahead and start rolling. And what we use, everyone, and for those who have watched a lot of my channels, you know that I use wax paper. I get sticking all the time. Now, I did see yesterday, and because I wasn't feeling really well, and you know, I love to watch other crafters, and one of mine is weatheredwings.com. She's awesome. You can even get products from her too. I love watching unicorn dust designs. She does a lot of Dollar Tree things. She also does thrift shop flips, which is right up my alley, since my mother owns a thrift shop, and I'm always getting things and flipping it, which I didn't even know there's really a name for it. I've been doing it all my life. You know, just getting great things there, and if it needed a little love, that's what I gave it, if I wanted it. So that's why I relate with her. Now, a lot of the working with the clay and how to, that credit, big credit, goes to Red Rocking Bird. Check her out. She's on YouTube. She's got her YouTube channel. She's got millions of followers. And she, not just because of that, but it's because she's such a great teacher. And I'm trying to soak up a lot of her ways. But she is the one that has given me a lot of ideas. In fact, one of my birds that I did, you know, she said it was okay on her video, you know, if we wanted to use any of her ideas. And one of them she had was the big basic bird. And so I watched the video and I sketched it out and all that kind of stuff and put it on my template paper to make in the future. Okay, enough chatter chitter. It's time to roll this puppy out. Okay, we're gonna grab our great, and I mean great, rolling mat. I searched for one for quite a while, you know, tried the regular rolling pins and, you know, different things, and none of them ever worked, and I was always so mad about it until I discovered Michael's. Michael's has this one, and it wasn't that expensive. I can't remember the price. I mean, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't like $2.99 or anything. You'll have to go to Dollar Tree for something like that. I heard they're going from $1.25 to $5 now. Dollar Tree. It's because of all of the crafters. And that's why they can thank the crafters. Now, when your wax paper begins to look like it's absorbing too much, like right now as I was talking, absorbing too much of the wax paper, just gently peel it off. Some of it, if it gets stuck, don't worry about it. It will come off. Like in this case, I got some on it. Yeah. That easy. It just rolls off. Just rolls off. Now, since time is of the essence, you guys know how to roll. You know, I'm going to turn it around different ways and roll it out. If you're not... I don't even think a basic would have to know how to roll something. Now, if you don't have the luxury of this and you just want to use something you have, be creative around your house. I know of people that have used Coke cans. They've used jars. Anything that's round, you know, that you can roll with. So I do recommend, though, if you're going to work with it more than just one project, to invest in Michael's rolling pin. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish rolling it all out. Okay, so perfect. We've got it now rolled out, and for our pattern. Now here is our pattern, and I'll hold it up here because I know you guys can hit pause and sketch you out something like this. It's basically just a heart. Well, yes, it's a leaf, but it's the shape is somewhat like a heart. I don't think it'll be, or that, or stop it and print it out. Or I could take a picture of it. I'm not sure how to put the link in there. Well, anyway, this is what you're doing. You just make a template like I've been showing you all along so that you can draw whatever you want. This is a leaf plate pattern. It's what I showed you in the beginning where these pieces will get crossed. Yeah, right? I showed that to you. I put it too far away now. So, let's go ahead now that we have arrived where we wanted to arrive. In fact, I want to actually give it a flip over with some fresh paper. Just like that. Make sure I don't get any moisture that's going to take the wax paper and try to make it its own. I've been having a lot of it this time. It's very moist outside. We've had rain off and on, so I'm thinking maybe it's the humidity that we're having problems with. Yeah, see, that's stuck already. That's unusual. But, not, you know, you just take a minute and with a little bit of patience, it comes right off. Or without patience, whichever way y'all want to do it. I get impatient because now I've had to put a mark in it, and I don't like that. I don't like it when I have to touch the clay too much, you know? So now I gotta try to fix this little error. Something got in there. No. Okay, that's off. Let's make sure no other paper hijackers, wax paper hijackers are gonna get us. But basically, I'm just smoothing out the clay, okay? And we're going to go ahead and give it its cut. It's time for its haircut. There it is. And here are my, you know what I might do though first is give this some water. It just looks so dry, doesn't it? So, let me do that. Let's get a little water on this little puppy. And that's right, I did dig right there, so I do need to give it another roll anyway. So this is what you do if it's starting to crack and you just rolled it out. I've been messing with it and picking paper out of it, and oh my, having quite the go today. I want to thank everybody, though, that's stopping by to try to see how to make this plate. I'm making it look a little harder than it is, but also, if you come up against this, it's helpful. See, there's a little hijacker right there, I think. Is it? No, okay. So you know what to do, basically, is what I'm trying to say. If it's looking cracky, and yeah, like it needs a little bit of love, a little bit of water, go ahead and do that. It's not going to hurt anything. There, we can put it. Plus it's going to help stuff too. This is very thick on this side. I need to roll a little bit more out. Yeah, I speak to myself. Yeah. Just gonna grab this real quick. Okay, now we're at the point again, like I said a minute ago, because I had to make a few corrections. It was thicker on one side than the other. So after I've fixed that rolling issue, we're now even on every side. Take your template simply with your fingers and just give it a nice touch, okay? Just a light touch. And we're going to use our rolling pin again. We're not going to put any weight on it. The weight of the rolling pin is enough. Now, if you're using another item, then go ahead maybe and put a little more pressure. You be the judge of that. You're not at this point trying to roll the clay out. All we're doing is rolling the template in to the clay. so that we'll have an easy time at using our X-Acto knife and cutting it right out of the clay. Once we're done with that, guys, we're done. Other than shaping it and sitting in the dish, I guess you might want to see that. So we're rounding the corners. Okay. Now some of it will still roll. I've used it a couple of times, these templates, and it's simple to make another one, and I probably should have. But guess what? Your girl didn't. So I'm just going to begin following my line. Again, I mean, it wants to be, you want to be close to what your pattern is, but if you're a little bigger, or, you know, than the line that you, of the template, I'm like doing things backwards there, you know, that's no big deal. It's your dish, you know, nobody knows whether or not you followed your template perfect. So, as you see, all I'm doing is going around with my X-Acto. And I'm going to go ahead and exactly take away some of the clay so that you can see what's happening. Do you see what's happening? See there, I was just a little bit out of the, exactly right up to the stencil or template. So, not bad. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing to save time. Again, let's just skip forward. You understand this part. All I'm doing is going around and cutting, fussy cutting, with an X-Acto knife on your clay of your template. Snap and I'll be back. Okay, got it all cut out. Nice reveal part. It feels so good to be able to pull this clay out and then get exact image that you wanted. And as everybody has probably heard on my videos, save your clay. Don't touch it a lot. Have your cellophane ready to just put into it so that it'll be good for another project. And remove your template because that's something we can save. Alright, and we want to take a look at the bottom here, make sure the wax paper isn't sticking, which it was thinking about doing. Yeah, it was pretty darn close. So, we made it. That's what comes by practice, you know. You get better at it, and you're not so worried. And hopefully watching my videos helps out with that, you know. I want y'all to feel comfortable and relaxed, and I get a little bit anxiety and worried and stuff, and I'm hoping that doesn't come through on the video. I just want y'all to enjoy the process of creating and the thoughts of it being yours, and the color scheme maybe that you'd like to go with for your home. You know, I want you to be thinking about that kind of stuff. Not worrying about me, worrying about this rolling out just perfect. You know, when I turn the camera on, it seems to be the most perfect time for everything to kind of go a little weird. And for any crafters that are on my channel, you know what I'm talking about if you film. You know, so all I'm going to be doing now is just, as you see, tightening up the edges. I'll be smoothing the edges with a little water when I'm done, and also be smoothing the top as well. So, I don't want to, like I said, time is of the essence. Some things just, you don't need to watch moment by moment. Especially if you found my channel to this point, you kind of get it. I've been working and putting out a lot of Airdryclay videos. So, alright, so that's all I'm going to be doing is adding a little water to the sides just to clean it softens everything up. And as you may or may not know, I am not big into touching the clay until now, when little hairs decided to, looks like Bella's hair, my baby girl, Duck Dog, has jumped up on the clay. It will come off, so, okay, that's all I'm going to be doing around the edges, softening them up, and when we come back, I'll show you how to lay it out so that it dries with the tip up and these placed together, okay? Okay, a little remembrance as to what we're going for, okay, everybody? I have a napkin under there as I'm holding it because my hands were wet. Okay, so that's why I'm doing the little twist and how we're going to have the leaf end pointing up, okay? Okay, now, this is what you do, okay, to get those, to get the interesting shape like the other one has. Okay, the way the other one is lifting up. That's because what I did is, while it was drying, I put things under there, of course cellophane over them, so that it will lift the project up and it will dry in this manner. I also wanted the edges of the leaf to raise up, so I crumpled up some wax paper, stuck it underneath the cellophane. The cellophane is there so that when it's all dry, nothing sticks to anything and it just lifts right out. Now, I made this one a little deeper, and I did that for a purpose. I wanted it to look, number one, a little different than this one, but also I wanted it to be able to hold more things, and I wanted it to be deeper. And you can see our cute little leaf right here end sticking up, and I'll have that supported a little bit better. But for now, that's it for the video. If you've made it this long, I really appreciate it. This will take at least 72 hours to dry. Then what we'll do is we come in with this unique pouring medium that I use with acrylic paint to create this beautiful glazed look, both sides, okay? But that's what we've done today. It'll just be a little deeper and maybe a different color. Thank you for joining me and my hands. Hey, if you're not a subscriber and you like what I'm doing, hit subscribe. It's free. What in life is free anymore? Also, there's a little notification bell that just tells you when I upload a new video. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I hope I taught you something. And please, I would love to see a picture of your creation. Send it to my email address, which I'll have all down in the description box. Okay, till the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.